on getting into either the backline and taking out Berserker or just re-engaging. I think the re-engages and the follows that DRX can have with their own stolen Galio ult are really good. And both have monikers that have the list at the end of them to dictate their ability to analyze, although one of them, Valve Analyst, a little bit more respected in the...
Yeah, it was Galio ult too, so he doesn't even have to take any risk. He can just sit in mid lane, wait. He doesn't have to face check anything, and he can just press ult when it's time. As now TP is coming in, Nocturne ult utilized. That's the knockup with the Lulu and the Nocturne. And there's the Galio ult from Yehu. But now the counter engage is coming in. The first blood goes to Kaisa, because now Teddy in a bunch of trouble. He has to run away, gets cast and flagged to death by the Jarvan. And DNF respond excellently to the setup here of DRX on the Grubs.
Berserker here, chased down by Rich, but he won't be able to do anything. He cannot follow further. Would put himself at risk. Wants so desperately to, get a consolation back deny or a wave here, and that is not going to happen. So 3 kills now in the hands of the side of DNF. Maybe you could be like, oh, they play through that. Maybe the Silas steals an ultimate, and Yehu joins as well, and they start bullying Dudu. Instead,
what's going on up here? Rich, yeah, he thought he was safe with his Nocturne hanging around. The second he backs, they go in, and Dudu kind of just sets it up by himself with the alley-oop dunk from Pioshik.
Late game,
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Hullabaloo.
Some poor decision-making, some lack of judgment. Is playing through the Sivir, Prio, and push, and Teddy getting big. That's the only way. And it's going to require getting some sort of objective to buy time. Here we go.
This is one way to maybe do it. Caught Galio is going to be feared up, but is pretty fast. With the phase rush, he gets over to Pioshik. And Pioshik is just here to essentially say, get away from my friends. It's about the next dragon fight, especially.
I am as well, as it is Hextech Soul again, and this is not favorable.
Yeah, I mean, Bulldog's just outplaying him. Yeah, who's just not hitting anything.
And he's on a 1v1, by the way.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd. The flash comes out, but the Cataclysm is there. Yehu with the Kingslayer staying alive. Do they have the damage? Is really the only question, and they do. Absolutely. As Pioshik comes over, and they secure themselves a kill. DRX will look to start up the Rift Herald in response.
Quantum is here with Flash ult. They're going to have TP Richens. That should make it a little bit safer. I guess they will get away with this.
Yeah, let's see how they do. We do see a bit of damage coming in from Berserker and Quantum. They don't have to be there. Going in onto the Kaisa. The ult comes out and the flash, which is another reason why it's not the greatest target out of the 80 carry pool to go in on. Another great wolf point, and they didn't get the eye.
DRX are going to start this up and try to be the first one to catch that engage.
Yeah, I mean, Pioshik's standing right here. Nobody's really doing anything. There's the Cataclysm on a Teddy, but the counter with the Paranoia, and the Redemption does come in. The cast hits that backline, but it's just looking like a bit of a Galio fest in here as the stolen Galio ultimate. Berserker's in a lot of trouble. The smite does go to DRX, but Yehu does get taken out. A very close fight at this point. Big taunt at the very end, but there it is, the kill from Pioshik. He finds his timing after Bulldog sets it up perfectly. And yes, DRX did get the Drake, but DNF get another fight win.
Teddy did so much in that fight, even without the Flicker Blade that we were talking about his inventory. His 5,000 damage, is able to do incredible work. Yehu is not able to connect his chains in the fight, but he's like, nah, I got this. I'm going to get in on top and take out that pesky carry, but unfortunately it's still not enough. Pioshik with 5 kills. Pioshik is here to say no ifs, ands, or buts, but here comes the engage with the Lulu ult.
Yeah, going in onto the Nico. Again, not the best target, but it's going to work. They're going to get Quantum.
If no one else is there, I guess eventually they get him.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe he is the best target. I think actually the Nico maybe an easier target even than the Kaisa.
And they can actually TP the Silas in. He gets the turret and will be able to join the fight. And no Paranoia. I mean, the timing of this, when it comes back, I think the Otacon might just simply be gone.
Yep, it looks gone. I mean, Sponge is thinking about it, but you can see he's very hesitant. Now they're pushing in as a team, but they see the health bar and they're like, oh, we got to get out. Nope, we're done with this. That's an Otacon given over for free, essentially, over to DNF. They want to take a fight. They're just diving here as Rich is blown to smithereens. And now we got Sponge jumping straight into the Galio and just dying. DNF are smothering this team, and it's not even close. 11-3, 12-3, as DNF take a huge fight after the Otacon.
And it looks like we may have a few more of these last chances left in DNF here in round 4. DNF crushing the fight. And they just knew those critical cooldowns are gone.
Other leads that they've had that have been like extreme late game, you know, they're pushing in, it's 40 minutes, it's been a grueling fight. They have so much momentum. It's
like this time they have a comp that's pretty basic, straightforward. It hard engages, it kills.
All right, finding it, Quantum sets it up. Rich gonna take a bunch of damage. Now the Nocturne ultimate comes in. Pyosik taking a bunch of damage himself, but it doesn't quite matter as Teddy frontlining just dies.
But, Teddy is not, and so many resources used there in the attempted defense. Dragon goes over here for free. They do not break the base.
But now the ward is there, so DNF got to be careful.
I mean, they can paranoia in. This is actually a bit scarier than it should be.
It's just like full vision on the objective. So meanwhile, we got Teddy just by himself as in goes Sponge, but trying to flash, trying to get the smite down is not going to happen. The wallets are just too big. DNF are getting it done. Teddy just died by himself on the bottom side to doo-doo.
They just could not get access. Wanted so desperately to. It might be Pyosik, to be honest. Like, his synergy with Berserker in the first game, but I don't know, man. With Berserker having this Kai'Sa performance, plus the fact that he just made Yunara look incredibly broken and untouchable, Chun-Chun-Heo, like, played slow or something like that. I don't know.
Because it's like 12,500 gold and they're worried, maybe. Honestly, that's fair. But again, this is a very different feel. A very different vibe, even, to the game that they threw.
They are certainly crossing their T's, dotting their I's and J's with this, like, Bulldog top push to look for third inhibitor.
Dotting their O's as well, potentially, depending on language.
Yeah, potential umlaut situation.
Yeah.
A's as well as an accented I, even.
How about an accented E?
What about an accented C? Accented N? Maybe they're flipping an exclamation mark.
All right, going on in. Only going to catch the Nocturne here, but the cask is huge. And I think the Wallets have just got the job done here, as it's not the cleanest dive due to actually getting pretty low. Teddy running around a little bit. They got to be careful, but the flash on in, and that is why you pick Jarvan into Sivir, because she cannot run away. And down he will go. Teddy, the last hope of this team here, DRX. Look to be the second team to fall to DNF here at the LCK 2025. And DNF, after months of losing, it looks like they have finally figured it out. They have finally been able to put it together and get a victory here once again.
Quantum looks relieved. He steps in. He steps up. Berserker having a night out. And DN Freecs keep the candle of that hope alive.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.